Okay, this is titled All Things Archery and Shooting. As I said in my last video, I was going to talk more about this glove. That's a special glove for me. And the reason being is because this glove used to belong to Fred Bear, okay? And let me tell you the story behind that. In 1981, I was heading down from I used to spend the summers with my grandmother down in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Every year my dad would drive me down and drop me off there right after school and pick me up before school started. So we were heading down one year, and we saw a sign on Interstate 75. Said, Bear Factory, next exit. Stop in for a tour. Or something of that nature, okay? So my dad looked back at us, at me and my brothers, and said, you guys want to stop at the Bear Archery and check out their factory and see how they make bows and arrows? And we all said, yeah, that'd be awesome, okay? I was 16 at the time. So we got off the exit Archery Road. We got off, there was nothing on Archery Road. We got off there back in 1981. There was really nothing there but the Fred Bear plant. So we got off all the signs of the Fred Bear plant. We parked in front. If you are familiar with the Fred Bear plant right now, they used to have a museum there. It now belongs to Bass Pro Shop, but their museum was there for several years. And where the museum was used to be their front entrance. They used to go in that door there, okay? And so we went in there, and there's a nice lady sitting behind the little desk there, and we told her we were here for the tour of the Bear Factory. And she said, hold on a second, let me call somebody who will take you for a tour. So a few minutes later, a guy named Frank, I can't remember his last name, he was an older gentleman, but he came out and he took me and my dad and my brothers on a tour of the Bear plant. We saw all the cool processings and all the steps of making a bow and everything else. It was really cool. The tour took about an hour, and we talked. We grabbed a couple of souvenirs on the way out. And on the way out, Frank said, hey, don't forget, you guys, we have a range out there too, and you should stop by. And maybe Fred Bear himself might be out there shooting. And so, you know what, I think he might be out there shooting with a couple of boys. So we're like, oh, where, really? I didn't really know much about Fred Bear. Like I said, I was 16. I only been bow hunting for just a couple of years, and I just inherited my dad's old Fred Bear Kodiak bow because he got him a new one. And I hunted with it for the first year when I was 15 and didn't get anything with it, but it was a cool bow though. So anyway, so we said, all right, cool. So my dad was really excited because he knew all about Fred Bear. He loved Fred Bear stuff. We used to watch his movies and videos all the time when I was a young kid too. And I said, so we go out and we walk around the side of the building where the range was at the time. And sure enough, there was Fred Bear there on the range with a couple other boys doing some shooting. And so we sat down on one of those benches there and watched them shoot for a while. And then, all right, Frank was out there with us. He brought us out. He said, and Frank told, Fred Bear said, Fred, I want you to meet a nice family here. They're coming down to go down to Fort Lauderdale so the kids can spend it with their grandmother. This is the Reeves family. This is his father Cecil and me, Todd, and so we made our introductions. Fred Bear shook our hands. We started talking. He was really a talkative kind of fellow too. Fred Bear was. And he had that Michigan drawl to him. So we sat down and we started talking. He was leaning against his bow, talking about everything. And my dad was going on all the movies he saw and videos saw him, how much he enjoyed his product. And he said, I gave my son my Kodiak bows. I got me a new one this year. So he hunted with it last year, and this is his first year having a recurve bow. And Fred looked at me and said, hey, he said, son, did you get anything with that last year? I said, no, sir, I sure didn't. I missed a couple. I hadn't practiced enough, I guess. I need to practice some more. And he said, well, I'll tell you what I'll do. He reaches over, this was on his left hand, pulls his glove off his left hand, hands him. He says, here, take this glove. This is my old glove. I need to get me a new one anyway. Maybe this glove will bring you some luck next year. And so he handed me his glove. And I was like, my eyes just went big as saucer plates. I couldn't believe it. Fred Bear was handing me his glove. That was pretty awesome. I thanked him for it. I said, yes, sir, I'll definitely wear that next year and give it a shot and see what happens with it. He says, now you be sure to let me know if you get you a deer, okay? And I said, yes, sir, I'll do that. So we visited for a little bit longer, and then Fred Bear finally said, hey, I got to get back inside. I got some work done. I can't be out here shooting all day. They're going to be coming looking for me. Nice to meet you, folks. And he says, now, son, don't forget, if you get you a deer next year, I want you to send me a picture and send me a letter about it so I know. I said, yes, sir, I will. So we left. It was pretty cool meeting Fred Bear. I mean, maybe we were only talking maybe 10 or 15 minutes. Wasn't that long, but it was really an honor at the time. So spent some time with him. And it was really cool. My dad, he couldn't stop talking about him all the way down to South Florida. That's another 5-hour ride from where we were at, and we were just all excited about it. So when I got back home after summertime, I started getting back into my bow shooting, and I remember this. I kept this glove, and I used this glove to practice with all until hunting season showed up. Now this glove is kind of different than your standard, just like Fred Bear's original design glove. He designed back in, I guess, the 50s, I guess. This glove, basically, it's a piece of leather sewed around the corner with these two things to hold on your wrist. It's got a little clip that clips in it right there. No Velcro. Only thing I remember about this glove that I didn't like about the glove, I mean, it's a cool glove because, I mean, those are some of the original marks from Fred Bear's bow himself, so it's pretty cool. But I remember shooting this glove, and the string would always like tear this finger, left a big old blister on that finger because there's no protection. Like, you know, these gloves here, how they have a protection on them. You look here, see the protection on the finger. These don't have that. So I remember getting a blister on that season. But I hunted with that season, and I did kill a doe with it. All right. And I wrote him a letter and told him, I didn't have a picture, but I did write him a letter and said to Mr. Bear, I got me a doe using your glove like you said. It brought me some luck. And a few weeks later, I got a letter in the mail with an 8x10 picture of him sitting in front of his polar bear, signed, and said, congratulations on your first bow kill, Fred Bear. And I still got that picture to this day. So that is my story about this glove. This glove is one of my most prized possessions in hunting, and I'll never get rid of it. It's just something that actually belonged to the late, great Fred Bear. So that is the story and the time that I met Fred Bear. All right. Well, anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this. If you did, please leave that like, and also be sure to click that subscribe button if you haven't already. Also click that bell so I let you notify when my new videos come out. And until next time, this has been Todd, All Things Archery and Shooting. Ciao.